Hello YouTube, Kisdota here. It's Monday for me, but it's Wednesday for you, which means, let me just move my desk, which means we get to see a brand new death battle, Mitsuru versus Weiss from RWBY, Mitsuru being from Persona. I've seen other people react to this announcement after the whole Ben 10 Green Lantern battle. Everyone hated that for some reason. I agree with it. I mean, I saw the that guy who debunked Ben 10 versus Green Lantern, but I also saw the Death Battle cast and their reason for giving Green Lantern to win, and I agreed with the Death Battle cast. They had a lot more reasons. Apparently, Hal Jordan was actually very... a lot of his abilities weren't even mentioned in the Death Battle, such as the fact that he made drones that traveled throughout the entire universe in less than a second, which would have gone way faster than Ben 10's auto-save feature on his Omnitrix. Anyway, enough about that. Weiss versus Mitsuru. I noticed that other people who saw the announcement for this weren't as excited for Mitsuru, but more excited for Weiss. I think I'm the only one who knows who Mitsuru is. She's from Persona 3. She's, was a navigator, but then she just started fighting when they got a better navigator on their team. It's a long story. I'm sure none of you actually know. Oh, you should see Freelance Amber's reaction to the announcement. She freaks the crap out. Oh, when Weiss gets announced. I'm hoping that this battle will disappoint her and that Mitsuru will win. Am I still going? Yeah, okay. Sorry, clicked the wrong thing. Anyway, let's watch this thing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment. Make me feel loved. Oh, God. I shouldn't beg for the comments or subscriptions. Death Battle!
They're as cold as ice. They're willing to sacrifice.
Today we're pitting together two queens of ice born into powerful, if troubled, families.
Weiss Schnee, heiress to the Schnee Dust Company and member of the Huntress Team.
Everyone
RWBY.
wants her to win.
And Mitsuru Kirijo, heiress to the Kirijo Group and member of the Persona-wielding Seas.
I want her to win.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
battle. 3D battle. Nice.
The world of Remnant is known for many things. The vicious creatures called Grimm, the hunters and huntresses committed to fighting them, and the Schnee family.
Yeah, they're kinda like royalty, and their princess is Weiss Schnee. As the heiress to the family company, she grew up in a pretty cold home. Pun intended.
The Schnee family expected a lot from Weiss. It was considered essential that she live up to their highly influential name.
Too bad for them, she had her own plans.
Rejecting her father's wishes to remain at home, Weiss left to attend Beacon Academy and train to become a huntress, literally putting the W in Team RWBY. Within just a year, Weiss established her own name for herself, saving the kingdom on more than one occasion, and doing so with her trusty blade, Mitsuru.
Oh, right, there was a manga.
And that's McHugh. Merc Nasty here is a multi-action rapier with a 3-foot-long blade. But guess what? It's also a gun! Instead of a plain old crossguard, it's got a 6-slot revolver-style chamber that Weiss fills with bullets colored like the rainbow.
Well, they're not exactly bullets. They are vials of dust, which she can fire to enhance her weapon and skills. Ironically, the Schnee Dust Company is by far one of the largest producers and exporters of dust.
Wait. They sell dust? I got a ton of that shit covered in the bookshelf in my trailer. I could sell it and finally have enough money to buy a second bookshelf. Just farm, here I come.
No, not that kind of dust. In the world of Remnant, dust is an energy source, often used to fuel vehicles, androids, and weapons.
I gave up after Season 3.
When did I say anything about books?
Well, long story short, there are 4 main types of dust: air, lightning, fire, and water.
And Weiss likes to mix water and air together for her favorite, ice dust.
What about Earth?
And that is why they call you the Ice Queen.
She can also attack with fire, launch a windstorm, block attacks with barriers, and many other techniques. Needless to say, Myrtanaster is a surprisingly versatile weapon.
She also uses dust to boost her semblance, which is basically her X-Men superpower. Weiss gets hers from her family line and can do a bunch of stuff with it.
She can make glyphs on surfaces or in the air, each with a different color denoting its ability. Black glyphs hold things in place, while white ones propel things forward. Also, by infusing glyphs with dust, she can manipulate their effects. For example, a touch of lightning dust lets her dilate time, dramatically increasing her speed.
Or even better, she can use the glyphs to summon monsters to aid her in battle, Beastmaster style. Like this crazy boar, a giant killer wasp, and the RWBY.
Which literally translates to giant armor in Latin, so fitting.
Damn, just imagine how great her family could be if they all didn't hate each other. Unlimited dust, giant bodyguards you could summon anytime, and they'd never be stuck with warm beer.
Unfortunately, the Schnee family does suffer from some rocky relationships,
yeah,
with the exception
assholes.
of Weiss and her older sister, Winter.
Wait, go back. Is her dad Colonel Sanders?
I guess there's a certain resemblance.
AFC, KF, Schnee? No wonder they're so rich.
Where did you get that chicken?
What? You don't carry pocket chicken?
So, back on topic, Weiss has a very powerful and versatile ability, and like most semblances, it's powered by her aura.
Which is like an invisible shield around her body. She's basically unkillable while it's up.
Though the aura itself isn't indestructible, it can be depleted after taking a lot of damage and needs time to restore itself. Without it, she cannot use her semblance, and she's much more vulnerable.
But that aura is pretty friggin' tough. It was just enough to take a full-on hit from a geyser of lava.
Lava can reach temperatures up to 1200
Was that actual
degrees
lava?
Celsius.
I remember
enough to melt
that.
iron. And during a food fight of all things, she was thrown into a pillar so hard it was obliterated.
Hey, Will, I've been in a few food fights in my time, and that shit gets intense. And that one's tame by comparison.
But greatest of all, with a combination of ice and her aura, she survived riding atop a speeding train crashing through concrete. By measuring the diameter of the resulting hole and applying the values of fragmentation, this means Weiss survived an impact equal to over 7 tons of TNT.
But it's not just Weiss that's tough. Her glyphs are strong enough to catapult the RWBY, and with her ice powers, she's knocked around a giant mech built for fighting Godzilla-sized Grim.
Compared to the height of her teammate nearby, it appears she created over 2,000 metric tons of ice.
Are they fighting each other?
Obviously, that much ice doesn't fit into 2 vials of dust. She's likely using the ocean as a base to exert fusion energy and vaporization energy on the nitrogen in the air, thereby freezing it like so. At most, this would require over 900 billion joules of energy, equivalent to detonating around 230 tons of TNT.
I feel less...
Wow, no wonder she could push that big old robot around. Plus, Weiss can also move super quick, dodging missiles and even hitting bullets out of the air.
And with time dilation, she can stay nearly untouchable while taking out her opponents in the blink of an eye.
Like that old saying, float like an inner tube on a lazy river and sting like your pee in the morning.
But it's unsupported.
Please go to a doctor. Throughout her journey, Weiss has overcome all sorts of dangers, but her most difficult task may have been the moment her father cut her out of the family, leaving her financially broke and dismissed from her birthright.
Ah, boo-hoo, no more allowance. Still, she's powered through and made a name for herself as a huntress. With the RWBY team at her back, I think she's found the family she truly belongs to.
It's weird seeing this show. Yeah, I gave up on it.
I'm more than a name.
I really gave up on RWBY. Okay, after season 3.
In the early 2000s, you'd be hard
it's like
to
watching
find someone in
Sesame
Japan
Street
who
and then
didn't know
it
of
turns
the
into
Kirito
Saw.
Group, a global
kid.
conglomerate involved in nearly every aspect
Okay,
of
here's
daily
Kichiro.
life. And the heiress to this impressive company was a young
Maren
girl
Karen
named
smelled
Mitsuru
too much.
Kirito.
But unknown to her, the family company was into some pretty sketchy stuff. Her grandpa started experimenting with some sort of mental world called the Mind Place.
Or more officially, the collective unconscious, a realm connected to every living being's subconscious mind.
I want to listen to
the
this.
collective unconscious,
I'm excited.
dwell
This is the first
shadows,
Persona character in
fragments of
Deathbattle,
human
and I'm
psyche,
happy.
which often appear as malevolent monsters.
They're basically demons.
Kind of. However, there's another sort more directly integrated with the minds of individual people, effectively becoming their shadow selves.
So some of them are demons
This is Persona
who want
4.
to kill
Why are
you,
you...
and some of them are demons who are part of your brain?
Close enough.
Well, Gramps tried to get the shadows for himself, but as anyone who's tried to summon demons will tell you, don't do that.
Right.
Trust me, it never works out. And when it does, it doesn't.
Chaos Incarnate erupted. The resulting explosion from his experiment released the shadows into reality to prey on an unsuspecting populace, and unveiled the Tartarus, a citadel between worlds. The Earth was drastically changed with a new dark hour, an extra hour of time occurring at midnight.
Most folks didn't notice, though. The world basically freezes in time during the dark hour, including people. So nobody's got to pick up a new 25-hour clock, because when the hour runs up, everything continues like nothing happened. It's like getting an extra hour of secret sleep.
But some people are able to operate during this hour, including Mitsuru, which she decided to take full advantage of.
Yeah, she felt pretty guilty about her family basically ruining everything and sending hundreds of murder monsters into the world. So she swore to fix her grandpappy's mess.
And while she's certainly skilled with a rapier thanks to her time in fencing club, a single sword would never be enough to combat the hordes of shadows. Luckily, her first experience with the Dark Hour helped her out in this regard.
That's one way to put it. She and her dad were almost murdered by spooky shadows.
But this event also led to an awakening. With the threat of death itself mere seconds away, Mitsuru dug deep within and found a new weapon, her shadow self.
And that's how she became a person user.
Persona user.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Thanks to this fateful night, Mitsuru can summon a manifestation of her personality known as a persona. This was Penthesilea, who would eventually evolve into her ultimate form, Artemisia.
Artie is the best non-imaginary friend you could ask for. She's got all sorts of powerful ice spells. She can heal Mitsuru's wounds. She can drain someone's energy and add it to Mitsuru's own.
Oh.
And she can blow people up with Megadolium.
Megadolium.
It's a big purple kaboom that ignores special defenses.
Anyway, how you say it?
And to top it all off, she's got a kinky ice whip.
While Artemisia cannot really be killed, she does have her limits. When a persona is overtaxed or takes too much damage, it becomes broken and unusable for a short time.
And since Artemisia is technically part of Mitsuru's mind, when the persona gets hurt, so does she.
But this connection also grants Mitsuru her own set of special powers. She's physically superior to most others.
Conventional.
She can also sense the locations of people and layouts of buildings through analytical clairvoyance. She's also immune to ice and the cold, so I'm not really sure why she needs a giant fur coat.
Everyone needs a good fur coat, Wiz. Come on.
I guess. It is a pretty nice coat. Anyway, Mitsuru wasn't going into battle alone. She gathered a team of Persona users to form the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, or SEAS, which is much easier to say.
I've always felt like that SEAS armband makes me think that they're Nazis. I know they're absolutely not, and there's no racial implication in the game. I hope there's not, but
and with a team at
the armband just
Mitsuru needed a tool to reliably summon personas with.
Nazis.
And so came the Evoker.
Oh, right.
Might be a little disturbing to some people, so
I gotta hear this.
Fair warning.
Yeah, it looks just like a gun, and that's kind of the point. The idea is to use the gun to create an extremely traumatic experience similar to how Mitsuru first evoked her own persona.
Specifically, this is accomplished by aiming the thing at your face and pulling the trigger.
Yeah, that's definitely not how guns are supposed to work.
Questionable concepts aside, Mitsuru and her persona are an absolute terror on the battlefield.
Oh, God! Did she just cut off that thing's dick?
Yes, she did, Boomstick. And it was a goddamn cannon.
Oh,
okay, so how powerful was she doing this?
Cannon dick.
Mitsuru is quick enough to dodge gunfire. Heck, another Persona user is even fast enough to outrun a bullet fired by a Magnum.
Those usually have a muzzle velocity of over 360 meters per second.
And Personas can move even faster. Neotos could react to and catch an arrow in milliseconds, and Mitsuru has defeated her in battle.
But hey, how about that time Mitsuru and her whole team survived an explosion that totally wrecked this whole bridge? Now, in my humble opinion, using my very own handcrafted munitions measurement chart, I'd say this blast off somewhere in the range of, oh shit, we're dead.
Interesting, but let's use some real science now.
This is real science. I tested explosions and their real effects on real people just like you would. I'm a real scientist now.
But that's... Wait, real people? Boomstick? Where are the interns?
Hey, look, I got you that coat that you wanted.
Ooh, thank you. Oh, it's so soft.
So are the interns. But hey, Wiz, there's one more math thing you gotta do. By working with another Persona user, Yukari, Mitsuru helped freeze up this giant creepy puppet monster.
Well, again taking nitrogen into account as it comprises 70% of air's makeup, we can apply its required fusion energy and vaporization energy to find
I don't remember Weiss's
energy
numbers.
output equal to 60 kilotons of TNT. Though this can't all be attributed to Mitsuru as she did have help.
That's still a hell of a lot of ice. Mitsuru and Artemisia sure make a powerful pair.
And even after successfully ending the Dark Hour and redeeming her family name, Mitsuru continued battling for people everywhere, one shadow at a time.
This appears to be just the beginning.
Oh, they use that as her cutaway?
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay, so... Oh, that was a nice moment to pause. Okay, so... I can't remember Weiss and Mitsuru's freezing feats, but I'm pretty sure Weiss's freezing feat doesn't matter since Mitsuru's immune to ice. And... Okay, I gotta add in with the fact that Weiss has never actually won any of her battles on her own. She loses every time. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Maybe something happened in the other seasons I didn't watch, but in the previous ones, Weiss kind of sucks at fighting. Even her ultimate sacrifice of going into a volcano to take down that jazz guy resulted in nothing. Just took herself out and only took out a portion of that guy's aura. How pathetic was that? Alright. I'm being biased. I think Mitsuru will win, and I want her to win. I want Persona to win. And then I'm going to watch Freelance Amber's reaction and see her freak out.
Oh!
3D fight. Oh, the fight's starting? Fart! I miss that opening so much.
Such good form. You fight with a sense of ease.
Did they skip a part? I feel like they're starting too early.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Oh, here it comes. But Mitsuru can react to that. Can she? The combat skirts. That actually doesn't do anything. Sorry, Weiss. Weiss isn't immune to ice, though.
Fighting me with ice. Ironic. And a waste of time. Artemisia!
Oh, but Weiss also has her summons as well. Can Weiss's summons hurt personas? Oh. Okay, elemental dust does do something. Bufadine.
Touch me, Ice Queen.
Okay.
So that's what it's like.
Okay, I may not have seen it, but I know she needed a lot of power to summon that wasp. She needed John's help at the time, so I don't know why she's summoning wasp. Right, physical attacks can't do anything. Ha! Come on, Mitsuru. Uh-oh. Hold in place. She can heal herself, though. Oh. Gigas armor. What happens? So it can act independently on its own. Come on. Yes. Oh, dang.
As annoying as this was, I have to admit, you fought valiantly. But now,
Oh, but
all by my
Mitsuru
own
loses.
hand. I can do this on my own. Artemisia! No mercy!
Does she? Time dilation. Who wins?
How strong are you? Strong enough.
Come on. Come on, Artemisia. Yes! Healing! Yes! Yes! Kill her! Ah! Yeah! Persona wins! Suck on that, Ruby!
KO! Well, Wiz, I'm glad we got these coaches.
Yes!
That was cool.
Weiss was incredibly skilled. Her versatility certainly proved a challenge for Mitsuru, and she held a decent advantage in speed thanks to time
Granted,
dilation.
Weiss.
Though to be fair, Mitsuru's analytical clairvoyance meant it would have been pretty difficult for Weiss to get the jump on her. Plus, Naota's persona had to move around Mach 7 to catch that arrow in such a short amount of time, so Artemisia must be capable of similar speeds.
Yeah, but slowing down time seems like an instant win move, doesn't it?
In some ways, yes, but we look for who can win the most matches overall, not just a couple times out of 1,000 possibilities thanks to one good move.
Yeah, even though Weiss had plenty of attack options, Mitsuru's defenses were just too strong. Like how she completely canceled Weiss's ice attacks.
This presented a unique problem for Weiss, who has always been fairly reliant on ice techniques. She was forced to use dust, which she has less experience with.
Plus, Weiss and her summons have never dealt damage anywhere close to that "oh shit, we're dead" explosion that Mitsuru survived. By taking the diameter of the blast here and comparing it to real-life nukes, then considering how far Mitsuru was from the center of it, she took a hit worth over 21 tons of TNT. Definitely higher than Weiss's 7-ton train feat.
Frankly, Mitsuru's survivability and power output outclassed Weiss. Even if we cut her major ice feat in half since she was aided by Yukari, Mitsuru still output 130 times more energy than Weiss when she attacked that mech.
But numbers aren't everything, right?
Sure, there's always a new way to look at things. For instance, Weiss's arsenal was limited by her aura and dust supply, while Mitsuru had no such constraint on her own powers.
It takes a long time to restore aura, and remember, when a persona gets broken, it can just come back a few seconds later.
Which was extremely useful, as Artemisia could heal Mitsuru at any time, undoing whatever progress Weiss had made.
Oh man, what an ice-cold move!
While Weiss's speed and versatility put up a good fight, Mitsuru's greater defense, raw power, and more reliable arsenal proved too much for the Huntress.
She had no chance.
Mitsuru Kirito.
I don't know why people hate his puns.
Hey,
okay, so I guess Mitsuru did have Spirit Drain, which could restock her.
And if you haven't seen the latest episode of our podcast, the Deathbattle cast, you can click it right there.
Okay, no talking right now. Next time, Captain Falcon! Johnny Cage! Oh, man. That's awesome. I'm not, oh, dang it. I hate the Rooster Teeth video thing. Please, I'm recording. Okay. All right. Yes. Persona wins. RWBY sucks. I used to love it, but then, you know, it turned out dark. I know. You all told me in the SMG4 video I should get used to things. I should get used to drama. Otherwise, things stay the same too long. But you went from a happy school to full-blown warfare. And you killed off Pyrrha. Damn it. I loved Pyrrha and John. I shipped them hard. See you next time.